Jesus is telling us that Christians who have lost their flavor are worthless and could be tossed out to be trampled. It's the same to me as the tree that bears no fruit, that is cut down and thrown into the fire. When we lose our flavor, when we lose our saltiness, what good are we? What's the point of us being a Christian except to tell people about Christ? But sometimes we do lose our excitement. We lose our fire. We lose our zeal. We need to be fed spiritually. Sometimes we have to make a way to do that. We've got to seek out other ways to get that salt, to get that flavor back into our life. Now, you can't add salt to salt. You can't get that flavor back. But for us as Christians, we can get our flavor back into our lives. And one of the ways you can do this is called infusion. I'm going to read you the definition of infusion. It is a process that involves the soaking or seeping of a substance in hot liquid to extract the flavor of the substance being immersed in the liquid. The liquid is infused with the flavor contained in the item being soaked in the liquid. Now, let me make that clear. So, you get some hot water and you get some tea. You put the tea in the hot water. The water is infused with the tea. That's a big technical definition, but we can come up with something common, something that we all can understand. We put it in the hot water. Why hot water? Why not cold water? It works better with hot water. I mean, we can take it, we can put it on ice, make iced tea later, but it's got to be hot to get it out. Now why? Water that is hot because its molecules in the water have become excited. And there's energy that's being released. And the makeup of the water, the core, the thing that makes water water, its molecules have become excited. And then the essence of what's being steeped begins to transfer over to the water. So the water molecules themselves are excited. They're moving around. You take that tea bag and you put it in there, and that water is moving and it's going into that tea. And it's making it steep faster. It's pulling out more of it. Why? Because the energy and the heat is being transferred from the water into the tea bag. And so that energy is being transferred. That heat, that excitement is being transferred to the tea bag. That very essence of what is being steeped begins to transfer over. The flavor, the aroma, the color. Sometimes even the identity is transferred over. We all know about this bean. Some of you are in love with this bean. Gotta have it. There are stores dedicated to the bean. Coffee bean. Take that and we grind it up, make it smaller so that it's easier to work with. And we infuse water with the coffee. And what do we call that when we're through? What do we call the drink? Coffee. Now, coffee, the bean, coffee, the water, the drink, that's two different things, isn't it? But the water is taking on the flavor, the aroma, the color, the taste of the coffee. And so we just say they're the same. They're not really the same. We know they're not. But they're so similar that we just assume, or we just treat them as if they're the same. You bring me some coffee. Well, I don't know. Do you want something in a can, or do you want something in a cup? Unless we've got it made, in which case I know, well, that's the coffee. I'll bring you that coffee. Go get me some coffee. Well, which one? Now, as Christians, our goal is to be seen as Jesus, isn't it? We want to be His hands and feet. We want people to, when they look at us, we want them to see Jesus. We want that same identity. And we know that we can't be Jesus Christ literally, but we want to have enough of Him in us, His flavor, His aroma, everything about Jesus, so that when people look at us, they see Jesus. We want to be infused with Jesus. That's our goal as a Christian. We want to take on those attributes. So how do we do that? Well, first we've got to become excited. We've got to become hot. Sometimes we call it getting on fire for Jesus.